God and Man, Guideposts for Spiritual Peace and Awakening, written by Masahisa Goi. Chapter 3, Part 2, Real World, Spiritual World, Subconscious, and Physical Worlds. As shown in Figure 2, each individual spirit, while belonging to the spiritual world, created each subconscious body by using his or her mind, thoughts, and thus the subconscious world was made. This subconscious body became a place where each thought is recorded. In other words, it is the place where karma is accumulated. Memories, or records that have accumulated in the subconscious body, are caught in the brain of the physical body. They then become thoughts, which in turn become actions. This accumulated memory is called the subconscious, and that which is caught in the brain is called consciousness. You may have had experiences of becoming angry even if you did not wish to, or of becoming unhappy even if you did not wish to. These feelings are caused by the stream of consciousness coming from the subconscious body and subconscious world. This stream, or wave, always revolves, and the accumulated thoughts of misfortune attract misfortune, just as the accumulated thoughts of joy attract joy. Thus, it revolves like a wheel. This is called karmic cause and effect. I will explain this further in a later chapter. Now, I will go into a further discussion on individual spirits. The initial creation of the subconscious and physical embodiments by the individual spirits is based on the same principle, and is the same process of creation as God's creation of heaven and earth, mountains, oceans, trees and plants. The same principle and process also apply to the creation of animals by the divinity in charge of creating animals. In other words, light waves were gradually materialized from spirit to ethereal substance, and then to matter, or from ether to elementary particles to atoms, electrons, and electromagnetic waves. One way to explain it is that the direct spirit gave its own light to each individual spirit, and let each individual spirit create the physical human being in cooperation with the mountain divinity, the ocean divinity, the tree divinity, the divinity in charge of animals, and so forth. Therefore, the fact that a human being, in its divine, spiritual, and subconscious embodiments, is composed of light waves, and the fact that a physical body is composed of atoms, are based on the same principle as the laws of the world of nature, although the human creation is in a different category. What constitutes a big difference is that mountains, oceans, trees, plants, and animals are created existences. They do not have consciousness of self, intellectual wisdom. within a human physical body. However, there exists the individual spirit, who is a creator, and who unceasingly continues to self-create. This is very important, and the words of Shikusen, who said that a human being is a rare and miraculous treasure indeed, are true. Each of us ought to give serious thought to this truth, that animals are subordinate to God, while human beings are spirits divided out from God and are, from their origin, free and unrestricted beings. And we ought to feel a deep sense of gratitude for our existence as human beings. The individual spirits pursued their activities in three worlds: spiritual, subconscious, and physical, manifesting themselves through spiritual substance in the spiritual world, ethereal substance in the subconscious world, and physical substance in the physical world. As time went on, the individual spirits gradually attuned themselves wholly to the physical vibration, and came to behave as if they were merely physical beings. From this time onward, the sixth sense, intuition, deriving from outside the physical self, gradually declined, as did the higher intuition, or divine wisdom. The individual spirits became accustomed to fully relying only on the five senses. They began to think that what they could not perceive through their five senses did not exist. They began to think of themselves merely as physical bodies, and considered all the facets of their mentality and spirituality simply as functions of their physical organs. They ceased to perceive those activities as coming from their spiritual being. However, it was recorded and remembered in the subconscious body that the individual spirit was originally one with other individual spirits in God, and the spirit sensed this beyond the conscious state. Accordingly, the feeling of affection toward others, or love, has not disappeared, even though spirits are clearly separate from one another in terms of their physical embodiments. In the narrow sense, this love prevails among parents and children, wives and husbands, brothers and sisters. In the wider sense, it prevails in society and humankind. Love alone is the road to God and light, and love is the only feeling, and the only action through which human beings can find their original selves. In the material world, the world of forms and shapes, the individual spirits have tended to forget their own original embodiments of light, God. However, the idea that human beings are originally one, and the same light wells up from the bottom of each human heart. This has been generating thoughts and actions of love in human beings, and has allowed the light to flow, however faintly. The mind of God is called love, and the activity of karma is called attachment. These two are what divide a human being's life into happiness or unhappiness.